That is not that simple. I've tried that. Ini sangat senang. You record, dia masuk terus. Ya, so kalau you klik number 1 ini, saya rasa you are quite familiar, I think. You nampak drive ini, contohnya tadi kita nampak meet drive. Kalau you klik dalam drive, you akan masuk kepada drive kamu. Ya, so kalau you lihat di number 2 ini kan, lepas tu number 3, you click on my drive. Ini nanti you boleh explore sendirilah ya. My drive, you akan masuk. Ada satu folder di sana panggil Meet Recording, or you can try to locate lah ya, Meet Recording. And then after you click Meet Recording, you see the list of recording that you have done. Contohnya kalau you nak share ya, ini online lesson 15 ini, you right click on the link, on the file ya, and then you share saja you share sini atau get shareable link. Link itu nanti you boleh paste dalam you punya Google Classroom, you boleh paste dalam you punya Telegram dan sebagainya, and bila orang klik, dia akan akses kepada file ini sahaja, and then they can look at your video within your Google Drive, not other things but only this video sahaja. So it's very powerful, yeah. So I think you explore this feature, yeah, and I think that will help you a lot, because a lot of students cannot attend our lesson, and then you can ask them to attend later, yeah. Okay, so you can look at the slide again. If you are not sure, you can ask me, and we can talk about it. Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
If in the middle of presenting, and then someone like now I'm talking, would my voice also be recorded?
Yes, your voice will be recorded. Yes, it will record everything that happened during that session. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay. Thank you for the question. Now let's continue. Yeah. So this is the function with record meeting. Yeah. So then we move on to change layout. I think change layout you can explore now. You can change the layout of this meeting now, having tile, having sidebar or spotlight. You can see the difference yourself. Yeah. Maybe now because I'm presenting, maybe the difference is not so great. Yeah. You can try. Yeah. So this change layout. Okay. So you have the next one, you have the full screen, turn on caption, which is already out there, and so on. I think basically under this menu, I am using record meeting, I'm using change layout, and the MOS. Yeah. So in setting, you can explore, you can change the setting of the audio and the video. Sometimes the connection is not so good. You can reduce the video to 360 instead of 720, so that you have to consider at the end, whether the student can receive or not. If we are using very high resolution in sending our screen, but they cannot receive, also defeat the purpose. Yeah, so you can explore these few options. Okay, now this is the tile that I think I mentioned before. Okay, and on top right corner, I think you can explore this also. If you click on that, you see these two tabs here. One is for people, so now if you click, you see a lot of people there, maybe 50, 60 people, and then you can click on the chat, you can type hello everybody, and everyone can see actually, and you can send. So some students actually they choose to do this, or some students say if you ask a question, say give me a word that means something, so the student can type there and can send, everybody can see. So this is another way to communicate instead of presenting. All right, so I think basically the interface of Google Meet ini saja. Dia tidak complicated, dia very straightforward. Unlike Zoom, this is very simple and straightforward. I think everyone can pick up quite easily. All right, so I think and when it comes to this screen, if you see number 1 there, if you click on that button, you are out from the meeting. Or you can also close the small X marks here, so you are out from the meeting. So I think that is basically the interface of Google Meet and the functions. So you can refer to this slide and if you are not sure. Okay, so now let's move on to the second method. Through your Gmail account. Through your Gmail account. Now, through your Gmail account, now if you look at your Gmail, log in using your Gmail, you can use your own Gmail, or you can use the ministry Gmail or email account. And on the left side, around middle there, you see this. They add in this meet thing. So you click there, start a meeting, join a meeting. It works the same. If you click start a meeting, Yeah, so I extended this. Imagine, yeah, the same screen. We click start a meeting. You will get that screen again. Yeah, you can click the join meet. Yeah, join the session, and then you get that screen again and back to the what we have discussed earlier. Yeah, so I think it's very straightforward. So meaning now I have given you sebenarnya dua cara, yaitu cara number one, that is by using the Google Meet app. Yeah, very straightforward. And another one is through your own email account. I think that is also very straightforward. There is no string attached to any other application like Google Classroom or Google Calendar. So this, I think, will help you to kickstart your session with your students. Jangan fikir yang complicated. Kita start dulu. That's how I get started also with my student. I run simulation, see how many of them can make it. Yeah. And then we talk about issues, and then we start the lesson straight away with a few also, never mind. Yeah, we have to try. Yeah, and slowly we explore and we learn more and more. I think that's the idea, right? So next, I'm going to give you, yeah, it's almost half hour. I hope you're still okay. Now, the next, I'm going to give you Google Class Meet link. I think this is a very useful function also. Yeah. Yes, very useful function also. Now, if you go to, say, your own classroom, you may have more classes compared to me. Say my own class, I have 4B, and I have a class, any class macam sekolah lah, ya, SMK St. Joseph. So say if I click on the school, yeah, on the school link, I should see this. Yeah. Now, you see, in this case, maybe in your class you don't have this yet, yeah. But I can show you how to generate this, yeah. So below the class code, you see this Meet link, yeah, the Meet link, which I enlarged down there. Meaning, in future, I don't actually have to give you any more new link if we need to have meetings. I can just say, or any other colleagues, say if you have panitia BM, you want to have a meeting. Say, I want to have a meeting on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday. So everybody, 10 o'clock, click on that link, and then we will meet there. You can do it that way now. Yeah, so it's that straightforward. Yeah, so just click on the Meet link. Everybody click on the same Meet link at the same time. You will meet there. Yeah, so you don't have to generate another new link and so on. Meaning, if this link is with the student can see this also on their page. Meaning dia kata, oh, nanti ada kelas. So dia pergi klik, dia akan jumpa you di sana. So it's a very straightforward feature, yeah, incorporated into our Google Classroom. Itu yang saya sebut sebagai Meet link di dalam Google Classroom. Now, how to make this appear? I think maybe some you have managed it, yeah. Now, as usual, if you go to the Google Classroom under the class, in your class, there is this button setting there, number 1 there kan. That macam bunga lah, macam a nut there lah. If you click on that button, yeah, and then you will be given this class setting punya interface, yeah. And under the general, there is this generate Meet link. You only have to do this one time. After you have generated, that's it. Tak boleh ubah lagi. You boleh ubah, you can reset. But you can generate this one time only, yeah. Then a unique Meet link will appear for your class, and then don't forget to save lah kalau you sudah generate, yeah. After you generate, the next time you come in the same page, yeah. The next time you come in, you boleh choose to, you see, visible to student. Kalau you click number 1 tu, dia akan student tak nampak. But I don't see a point where kita tak mau bagi student nampak lah, yeah. And number 2 there, you can click and you can reset, and you can there are a few options there you can explore, yeah. But basically, after you have done generating the Meet link, it will appear actually here. Okay, it will appear actually here. All right. So I think that's method number 3. Okay, so I think this method also very straightforward. Okay, I hope you're still okay. You can ask question, anyone? I don't know, I'm talking to my own screen here. If you're okay, then
so far so good.
All right, yeah. So if you're okay, I can move on with the last method. The last method, I'm not saying you must do this, yeah. The last method is a bit long. But I'm using this for a few reasons that I can share with you. So I learned this also through YouTube. Okay, this is we schedule something. We can schedule something. Like for instance, we can schedule today's LDP in a Google Calendar, and then I can put the link in Google Classroom. Yeah. So if I imagine if we schedule something, if we have a lot of LDP meeting and so on, we can put that in the calendar, and then this calendar is accessible by all the students. In this case, if I put a function or something in the Google Calendar within SMK St. Joseph Google Classroom, and imagine once I put there, everybody here in the school, 100 plus of us can see that already. And then you can go in there, you can click there, you can join meeting, you can, a lot of things from that Google Calendar alone. So that's why I have this, I think I want to share the scheduling with you, so that you can, within your sub-unit, within your jabatan, within your panel, or within your class in school, you can do the same. Let's look at this. Now, now, say for instance in your own class. Now this is our own school, SMK St. Joseph. You go to the classwork. If you are familiar with, I think many are familiar with Google Classroom by looking at the data, classwork. And imagine now at number 2 there you see a Google Calendar. And at the side you see Meet. In fact, you can click that Meet, you can join the meeting also. And on the right side, imagine you have a class drive folder, which is unlimited. That's amazing. So I can put anything in there and then share with teachers within this SMK St. Joseph. That's why this group now, if this is going to be maintained, I think it's very powerful. You can share a lot of things here. I've created a few topics like latihan dalam perkhidmatan. I've created a few topics, other topics, so that we can share material within the environment of Google Classroom, and then it stay there. And it's being monitored by our ministry. So if we click on Google Calendar, we will go to the very basic of this only, and you see this. Maybe it's a bit small. You can explore later. So on the left, you see the calendar. You can look at the calendar. You can actually use this, for your own planning, for your own, your own calendar. You can put your personal things and so on, but make sure you don't share lah. Down here, you can see on the left side there. I share with my class. I want to share with the SMK St. Joseph. Uncheck there, meaning you are not sharing with anybody already. Okay. So say for instance, you can pick one of the day. For instance, you can move your mouse over number 1. You can just click there. It will show you the time, the date, and so on. You can move that blue thing, number 1, anywhere you want. The thing will do automatic for you. Then this screen will pop up. You can add your title. You can add online lesson number 1. You can add LDP, Google Meet, and so on. Anything, and then you can look at the details on your own. And basically, we don't do anything. Also, I put more option. I click more option. Once I click more option, so imagine I key in online lesson 1. So I think the most important thing is you look at number 1 there. There is this add Google Meet video conferencing. So if I click there, you will see Google Meet. So this Google Meet allows up to 250 participants. It's very powerful. So if Google Hangout only allow up to 10 participants. So that's why we are using Google Meet. For smaller meeting, maybe you want to hang out with your friends, you can use Google Hangout. But I think for school, we Google Meet. All right. So you just click that, and imagine they will give you a link and so on. And if you look at down here, you have add description. If you want to add description to the event, you can do that. Afterwards, your own calendar. And on your right side, you see this guest here. You can add guests if you want to. If not, if I send this out, it will send out to all the students in your class, or in this case, all the teachers in the school. You send email, reminder, everything automatic. Automatic. All right. So if I click Google Meet, you will get this extended list. You will see now they actually, once you click Google Meet, they will give you a link actually. So what you need to do is actually copy that link address. Right click on it, copy the link address. You can again share with your student. You can again, like what I did, I share in the Telegram so that some of you can get in through Telegram. Some of you get in actually through through the Google Classroom, I know, and some of you get in through outside, meaning without signing in as using your G- account. That's why if you sign in using your other account, the host, in this case myself, I need to admit you, meaning you cannot enter automatic. So this ministry account is actually very protected, meaning you can only give access to your own people. Outside the ministry, the host will need to admit. You can reject and admit. So imagine now, okay, with this done, you copy the link address, it's already in the memory. You save, you click save. Looks complicated, but it's actually not, only a few steps. You save, so this will be in your calendar already. So it's already in your calendar. You can off your calendar, no harm. So next thing, you can go back to your Google Classroom, your own class. In this case, the school, myself, I do this, I did this. So then with classwork, so now I try to put it back into the Google Classroom. Why? Okay, now you can actually, after you copy the link, you share with your student using Telegram and WhatsApp and habis cerita, boleh juga, no problem. But I choose to put it as assignment in Google Classroom. Later I show you my class. I put it as assignment. You can put it as question. You can put it as material, no problem. I put it as assignment so that I can sort of encourage them. Once they attend the class, I give them marker. I can give them 100 marks if they attend. Something like that. I can type words, say, okay, thank you for attending my lesson, to encourage them for their participation. And at our end, I'm using this as record of their attendance also. That is the reason, So if I put this under assignment, okay, you can do other things. I'm not fixing this as not a rule thing. So I can, in the title there, I type online lesson 1. So on number 2, imagine I click add, I see the link there. So I can link. Remember, then you see this add link, the pop up. So here, number 4 is where you paste the link that we copied earlier. Remember, we copied the link from calendar, we paste it here, and then we add link. After you click the add link, you will see this screen. So I also actually paste the link on top. I say, please read and be prepared, something like that. Thank you. The link is there. So before I click assign, you can actually click assign now, no problem. But if you look at the right side of the screen, you have due dates, you have topics. You can, if you have the time, you can do that also. So you can do this. You can add the time, for instance, May 20th. Okay, you give a time, 8 o'clock, so that this function is there and also is recorded. So you can also add a topic. For instance, this is the latihan dalam perkhidmatan, or this is a mesyuarat atas talian, or in the case of the class, okay, you have a certain chapter and so on. I can show you what I've done with my class later. So having done that, if you click the number 3, assign, and then okay, if you see your on screen, what you can see in our Google Classroom, our school Google Classroom is this is the screen. You can see the mid link, you can see the instruction given, and you can see how many is assigned and so on. All right. So basically, this is recorded. It's forever in our Google Classroom. It's very official. So that's it. So what I'm saying is we sort of using the calendar. We schedule something, we create link, and we get that link. Instead of share it out with the student, which can get lost over the time in Telegram lah kan. And then you can then paste into your Google Classroom, and then it's there forever. And then we get ready for the time. So before I show you some of my screen and live demo, I think last night I think I want to make this chart, okay, so that is clearer. So path 1 that we have discussed briefly actually started with Google Meet app, and then we share then with the students. That's it. Very easy. You can kickstart your lesson with using path 1 or even path 2 through your government Gmail account, G- account. You can share with your you generate the join meeting, and you generate the link. You share with the student in WhatsApp or Telegram, and again you can start the meeting. Very easy, number 1 and number 2. All right. So number 3 is one-time setup. Is also very easy. Number 3, in Google Classroom, you only have to set up the Meet link one time, and student now given responsibility to access, if you can see the arrow, access the Meet link. Yeah, you don't actually have to share. Like for instance, today I don't actually have to share the link with you again, because that will encourage everyone to go to Google Classroom more often. Yeah, so but you can share, yeah, because some students may be lost, they cannot get to you, so you can still share the link with the student through WhatsApp or Telegram or any other means. Yeah, but basically student can access the Meet link through Google Classroom. Yeah, so path number 4 is actually we are actually doing a schedule. Yeah, we assign something within Google Calendar, and then link that with Google Classroom. I hope you can understand that simple diagram there. And then we can also choose to share, or maybe not, with the student, but the student can access to the schedule assigned through Google Classroom or even Google Calendar. So that is path number 4. All right. So before I show you some of the live demo, okay, I have another slide here. Okay. Now I think this is our issues here. Yeah. What I'm thinking. Yeah. So I think if we spend all our efforts on technical issue, we will have less time for our real work, that is to plan for effective teaching and learning. Yeah. So our intention here is to reduce, so that we spend only minimum efforts on technical issues, meaning we get all these issues solved. That is what we are doing, and then and hopefully the school can support, the ministry can support in many ways. Remember last time we used a frog. The frog is giving us so much technical issues until we cannot cope with the technical issue. That's why it failed, I think. Yeah, that's my opinion. And Google Classroom now is very easy, very straightforward. Of course, minus the functionality. Just enough for you to carry on online lesson effectively, meaning the technical issue gets very much reduced, so that we can spend all our efforts in dealing with teaching and learning. So hopefully that arrow will go up, up and up. That is the intention. All right. With that, I think I will end the slide. I hope if you have any question, before I show you some of the screen. If you have any question, I can,
So far, so good, Mr. James. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. If you have any question, we can always talk about it. Okay, now imagine let's...
Excuse me.
Yes, ask.
Those who have watched this video, can you please PM me your name so that I can key in this as our LDP?
Oh, thank you very much, Guraden.
I can because I cannot use the QR code. The administrator from KPM has blocked it for sementara waktu only lah. So PM me your name lah, so that I can key in it as your LDP.
I'm present. Raden.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? I'm watching.
Yeah, I know.
So no need to PM you lah.
No need. I remember those few lah. Okay.
So,
thank you, Guraden.
Welcome.
Thank you very much to James. James.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I will show you some live demo
to help our teachers lah. I am not an expert, but we can.
I'm not an expert also. Okay, Madam Jong is asking. Madam Jong is asking whether Madam Jong Yanjing is asking whether I can compare a bit Google Meet and Zoom. All right. To be frank, I'm not familiar with Zoom myself, but I've used Zoom in one of the meeting with friends outside. But Zoom definitely, I think, can cope with more people. Yeah. The thing now is why I choose to use Google Classroom, because Google Meet, because Google Meet is within the environment of Google. I can record. If Zoom, I don't think you can record the meeting that easily. You need to pay or something, if I'm not wrong. Even if you are given option to record, they give you a time limit. But in Google Meet, you are allowed to record, and it will go straight into your Google Drive. I have used WebEx, and I think Mr. Chai is aware of this. WebEx is another software using also for online conferencing, and you cannot record. They don't allow record unless you pay. So I have to actually use another software to screen capture the meeting. And then after that, I have to take the file, generate again, and everything is in my hard disk, and it actually took up my space. So for me, I think Google Classroom served my purpose in teaching. Yeah, but I think Google Zoom is very much complicated with more features, more functionalities. Yeah, yeah. Google, yeah, you can, yeah. On, huh? Yeah, okay. Never mind. Okay, I think you can ask straight away because my eye is very bad. If I keep reading, this will be very bad, very slow. Okay. Okay, but anyway, I will answer your question later because some may not want to stay that long. Yeah, I will show you some of the features that I mentioned earlier so that you know what is, yeah, say for instance, if I present a window now, so let's say I show you the calculator earlier. So you see this calculator, right?
Yes.
Yes, so you can actually show your students, say 3 x, all right, power 5, for instance, alpha equals to, let's say 8. You can see actually, so you can actually say, oh, okay, let's solve this one, and the answer is, oh, this one can't be solved because I simply write. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, so the student can actually see. Yeah. Okay, now another thing that I mentioned earlier, yeah, I can show you. Yeah, maybe I show you the calendar part. Yeah, yeah, I show you this screen. Okay, so I hope you are seeing this screen. Are you seeing this screen? The school and my class.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now let's say I show you my class first. You see, I show 4B. You are seeing this class, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have scheduled, you see here, I have scheduled online lesson 29 today. So they can see this, student can see this. So I also can give a brief description of things that we will learn. All right. And if I go to the classwork, yeah, so I can create, you can do your own organization. I'm not saying this is the best. Yeah. Like for instance, I have created a topic called online lesson links. So from there, I have the list of online lessons that I have carried out. And if they click on that, they can still see in that lesson what we have learned, for instance. Ada sedikit record di sana lah. And how many present and so on are all here. Okay. And for student, and because once they attended the lesson, I actually grade them. So I can have, if you go to the grades, I can have these records there, online lesson 28, how many of them attended. Yeah, so those attended, I give them 100 marker and so on. So that is also recorded. Yeah, it's also recorded. Yeah, so Madam Tan asked me a question because you are having different classes. So I think in future, you may have to set up your class, like my daughter in Kuching High. The teacher is teaching, let's say, 3 classes of, let's say, BM in Form 4. Now, I think we are very much still under our old system. We want to set up our 4B. Like you see my class here, 4B, 4C, and so on. In future, you may have to do this. Okay, BM Form 4, 2020. So you group everybody in that same classroom so that you can have a common class, common meeting, and so on. And you organize from there. Maybe in terms of record, it will be easier. I don't know. This is just my idea of looking at it from another perspective. Yeah. Okay. Now let's come back to what I intended to show you. So you see this school. Yeah, school here. I have another tab here. This is actually my daughter classes. Yeah. So I also join St. Joseph here so that we can see as student apa yang dia nampak, and as teachers apa yang kita nampak. I think it's very important. Yeah. So you see as teachers, contohnya today. Imagine here, yeah, in our group. Contohnya, I start classwork. Yeah, I'll try to do this, yeah, so that you can see what is happening. So let's say I click on Google Calendar, yeah, Google Calendar. Hope you can see this Google Calendar. Yeah. So you see all these are up there already. Say for instance, we put a time here on Thursday. So I just click here. You see, I can drag this long, short, up to you. After I drag this, I can still move this away somewhere. You know, it's very flexible. You can play around with it. Okay, and then you can give a title, say testing 1, 2, 3, for instance. Yeah, and then you can do it at Google Meet video conferencing here, or you just go to more option. This is the screen I showed you earlier. More option. You see the testing 1, 2, 3 is already up here. So at Google Meet video conferencing, I can click on that. You see this Google Meet that I showed you earlier in the slide. You click on that, and it will generate the Meet. If I click on this, you see, it will generate the Meet ID. Everything is here. Yeah. So here you can actually say right click. You can copy the link address. It's actually very straightforward. And then that's it. You save Abhijita. So you see this testing 1, 2, 3 is already in the calendar, which is visible to all your students if they are taught to access the calendar. Yeah, and you can do that also. Yeah, because this is within our school. Yeah. Okay. So then we can close this. No problem. Yeah. So you are back in your Google Classroom. Yeah. So now you can create. I put it as assignment. Yeah. Assignment. Yeah. So I can type again. Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. So I can paste. You see, I can paste my link earlier. You can give Arahan here. Do this. Do that. Yeah. Okay. And then you can add your link here. The link that we copy again, we paste again here. We add the link. All right. So you can explore on using the due date, yeah, which I'm not going to show you, no problem. You can explore on the topic here, which you have. You can create new and so on, which we will not here to complicate things. Yeah? You can actually, of course, add more files so that the student need to know, or read this file before the meeting and so on, something like that, or go to the YouTube and so on. Yeah. And then after you're done, you're happy, you can choose to assign later or save as draft, no problem, or you can assign straight away. Okay. So after you have assigned this, if you go to the stream, you will see this assigned here. Then this will stay here. Yeah. This will stay here. So assigned to 100 teachers. Yeah. And all this. Arahan do this, do that. If you have files, it will appear here. Okay. So this is done. It's already scheduled, already assigned. So up to the student to come and click. Yeah. And then now I will show you what the student can see. Yeah, so this, I go to another tab. I think you can see this, right? This class is created by Cikgu Fasrawati. Thank you very much for your help. So then we enter this class of school. So you see the student, they can see the Meet link. You see, they can see the Meet link. So that's what you can ask the student to access through here. Now they can see also this one created. Posted a new assignment, testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the link. Arahan, do this, do that. So the student will be able to see this days before the meeting. The student can prepare and so on. Maybe you can give Arahan together with this so that student can read. Say for instance, you can copy link, you can view. And click on this one. You see, the student can click on this one. They can view the files that you have attached. The student can be prepared and so on. Yeah, and of course, can also submit some work before the meeting itself. Yeah, so it's actually very powerful. It's better than, imagine you give Arahan in Telegram, in WhatsApp, yeah, bits and pieces here and there, yeah, and then and only that morning you give the link and then they come to link. You see, we are dealing with more issues or more technical issue, whereas in this case, the student are being organized in such a way they can prepare for a meeting and so on. Yeah? So this is from the perspective of a student. Yeah. So this is from the perspective of a teacher. A teacher, you have the class code, you have the Meet link, you can select and upload Teams and so on. Yeah. All right. Hope this is clear. And the other thing, since we are here, if I click on this button here, the Meet link thing, If I click on this button, yeah, since you look at this class setting, you see this, yeah, visible to students, yeah, visible to student, and you can copy this, you can reset this, yeah. So if I choose to make it not visible for the student, if I save it, yeah, so this link will still be here, but you see this mata here kena 1/ here, meaning it's actually not visible for the student. If we go to the student via tab, yeah, if I reload again, let's wait for a while. You see, yeah, so the student will not be able to see the link up here anymore. Maybe you don't want to confuse the student, I don't know. Yeah, so to guide them to click on this link instead of that mid link. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's the function. So I think I will stop the sharing. So it's already 11:27. So I will stop my presentation. So you can ask question. Cikgu, Madam Ho is asking, can the host mute all participant mic? Yeah, I can. I can mute your mic, but I cannot unmute your mic. You will have to unmute yourself. Yeah? I cannot mute, I think, one go. I think I've not explored, but I think I can mute one person. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Cikgu James, for the sharing.
Yes. Okay, any more question? If those of you who have no question, I think I don't want to keep you here. Thank you very much for attending. I hope the last 1 hour was not torturing. I will send the slide to you. You can leave, no problem. But if you want to stay for a while and ask questions, you are most welcome. I'll stay for a while. Once again, thank you. And
Thank you.
berpuasa and have a good Monday. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. James.
No problem.
Have a nice day.
Yes.
Mana Roy, okay.
Thank you, Mr. James.
No problem. Recording.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, take care.
Yeah,